Hey Shmer. So, as you know, I've been recording my dreams lately, and I saw you kind of looking over my shoulder. I don't know how curious you are. You're probably only a little bit curious, but this is probably going to be a 3-minute video. So, I thought I'd run down some of my recent dreams, and maybe you'll be at least a little bit interested by them. Like, don't get me wrong, other people's dreams are not a terribly interesting subject, but I think it's fairly okay, if not amazing. So, let's run by what I dreamt about this morning during my post-class nap. So, you know the book 13 Reasons Why, which has recently been made into a TV show by Netflix. I guess a Netflix show. I had a dream that was kind of almost inspired by it, but was like wildly way more ridiculous. Because instead of following a teenage girl's suicide, instead I found some secret Shrek slash Spongebob movie that was never meant to be seen by the public. Now, it basically started off as a Shrek thing, then turned into a Spongebob thing, then turned into a Plankton thing. All the while, I was kind of following it and also kind of the main character in that dream, and there were Pokemon. So let me try to explain this as best I can. I found a secret version of the movie, and it started off in real life, because I was just hanging out in like a common room or something, and people discovered that when you like spilled water on bread or something, it created like a mindless ogre monster. So Simon was also there, and he was eating munchkins out of a donut box, and there were like four of them in a row, but they were all attached. It was like one giant super long box. But anyway, then it switched over to like the movie verse, and Shrek was captured by one of the mindless ogres because the other ogres wanted to all live together in like this little area, and Shrek wanted to like be alone and be on his own and be a rebel, but the other ogres used the mindless ogres to keep him in line. And then as time passes, more and more happen, and then Shrek attacks one of the people, and then he escapes. So then the scene plays where Shrek meets Donkey, except it happens by Borough Hall in New Milford, and also Shrek is riding a skateboard. Now, here's where it gets kind of like more SpongeBob-y and then Plankton-y very fast, because then the character, whatever you want to call it, gets trapped in a cave, like they travel through a cave, and the cave, like, I don't know, just caves in. But then they hear something in the wall, and they jump down a tube in the wall, and it goes to, like, Mermaid Man. But instead of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, it's Mermaid Man and Pearl, and also Mermaid Man's less of a joke. They're, like, actually like a Batman and Robin thing. So then, like, they get a motivational speech or something, and they want to go back to, like, the Shrek ogre thing, even though it's definitely Plankton at this point. And then it switches back to my reality. And I've been running around New Milford, going to the spots that correlate with the spots in this movie. And then I find out it's like 4 a.m., like the sun has set and is rising again, and I should get back home or wherever I was. So I start running on the streets as fast as I can, and like jumping around, and somehow even though I'm running, I could wear a seatbelt, but I choose not to. And Chris, my friend from college, Chris, you know him, tells me I should wear a seatbelt. Meanwhile, in the movie, the original ogre who Shrek hurt, the other ogres are like, oh, is he better? And they're like, no, he left. And also, now it's a Nidoking from Pokemon. And I think that's where I woke up. And I'm not sure if you're interested with this. This might have been really boring for you to hear. Sometimes other people's dreams are boring. But I thought this was a fairly interesting and weird one. And I hope you enjoyed it. And also, thank you for an amazing weekend this past weekend, Shmera. I love you so much.